What up, everybody? This is my show. This is my show. Let's Talk, where we talk about Warhammer 40k. I was thinking of one of my other shows. Anyways, we're talking Tyranids. I'm a Tyranid player. Been a Tyranid player for 20 years, and go ahead and check out this playlist because I am doing my thoughts on basically every unit that I use or every unit that is very helpful in the tournament setting. Um, there's going to be some units that I'm just not going to do because I don't like them and use them and don't think very highly of them. Anyways, we're talking Carnifexes. Now, there's a lot here on this Carnifex page. Oh my gosh, there's so much here. But I'm going to tell you that I don't really spend much time on most of it. So let's talk about the Carnifex. 8-inch movement. It's not great. Most monsters move 10. But there's some intricacy there, so keep that in mind. You know, they have a larger base, so they cover more area on the map, and then moving 8 is useful. Tough 9, it doesn't feel like enough. It really doesn't feel like enough. Your Carnifexes are going to get melted. That's just the way that is. If your opponent, you know, has decent weapons, Ballistus Dreadnoughts and las cannons and vehicles, Hellblasters, you're going to get melted. Um, just be ready for it, my friend. Be ready for it. 2+ save, you know, that's pretty good. I'll sing the praises of a 2+ save. And, you know, it's going to get bumped up to 5 pluses or 4 pluses. And, you know, 4 is the bad side of average. But, um, you know, that does really help, I will say. 8 wounds is not a lot. It really makes the Carnifex feel like a medium monster. And for the base that they're on, to feel like a medium monster, and for the points to be in the hundreds, it's only like 100. I don't know the exact point cost at the moment, so like 135, something in there. I don't, for the point cost, I'm not digging it. Um, Leadership 8 plus, you know, that's not good. If you're in Synops, that's okay. Objective Control 3, that's okay, also considering what you're going to do. You're probably going to take 2 of them, because one of the most useful things you can do with the Carnifex is take 2 of them and then make one Old One-Eye lead them. You can make your Carnifexes very deadly and a big problem by letting Old One-Eye wear them as wound armor. So giving Old One-Eye more wounds by letting him be able to hide inside of a squad of Carnifexes. So let's talk about weapon options. You have a lot of options here, obviously, that can achieve a bunch of different things. I'll give you the 2 trains of thought that I see, my train of thought and other things that I hear. I do hear a lot of people um, doing a monster mash of, you know, Crusher Stampede and putting heavy venom cannons on them or barb stranglers on them, depending what they're trying to achieve. You know, I do think that the heavy venom cannon is a good gun, even though it's a little swingy with the number of shots. My Tyrant walks around with a heavy venom cannon. I miss the days of Shard Gullet, if you know what I mean. But you know, I don't put a lot of faith in Stranglethorn cannons. But anyways, you know, that's a possibility. I don't. That's not my jam, but so if you see that Carnifex is equipped with Scything Talons and extra Scything Talons, Chitinous Claws and Teeth. I believe in Scything Talons and extra Scything Talons. So I fully believe in that. But what I will also tell you is put the Scything Talons and extra Scything Talons, but also see that down there at the bottom, give them the Bioplasma, and then give them the Spine Banks. Because they're free, and why the heck not? Okay, so this is my loadout. Scything Talons, extra Scything Talons. That is going to give you 10 attacks at Weapon Skill 4, which is not great. That does mean, oh sorry, I looked at it wrong. It's going to give you 8 attacks at Weapon Skill 4, which is not great, but it's okay. Keep in mind, with Old One-Eye, you're going to be getting +1 to all those attacks. Strength 9 is great. It's good. You're going to be double tough in Marines, so 2 is to 1 Marines. AP 2, you hear me say good, better, best. So AP 1 is good, AP 2 is better, AP 3 is best. And damage 3, you're really going to start to hurt those elite infantry guys. Now, obviously, that just makes you good in melee combat, having Scything Talons and extra Scything Talons, okay? So, let's just start there. Then, Spine Banks. So, Spine Banks, in my opinion, is kind of a throwaway weapon. Range 6, so not great. Only 5 attacks, 4 is what you have to get to hit. Strength 5 is not great. No AP. So, you might be able to get a couple wounds off of Spine Banks, and because it's free, you might as well have it. Also, it's an assault weapon, so move your Carnifexes, advance your Carnifexes, and maybe you'll get to shoot your Spine Banks. Maybe. Bioplasma, also an assault weapon, but also blast. So let's just say you're running up on a 10-man unit of Marines. You've moved, you've advanced. Let's say you got a 3, so you've moved 11 inches. You're within your 12 inches of your bioplasma. You're going to get +2 hits. So you're going to get 2d3 plus 4 altogether because you're running 2 Carnifexes. So, that's pretty good. 2d3, you're going to probably roll 2s on those 2. So, 2, 4, and then +4, 8 shots. BS4, not bad. You're wounding them on 3s, but you got AP2, 1 damage. You're gonna hurt them. Odds are you're gonna kill maybe 2 Marines, probably 1. But then you've softened them up a little bit. So that's my thought there with the loadout. Scything Talons, extra Scything Talons, Bioplasma, and Spine Banks. Also keep in mind with Big Guns Never Tire, you have options where you might be able to shoot out of your combat. Keep that in mind. So going over to core abilities, Deadly Demise. So keep in mind, if they die, you roll a 6 out of d6. If you roll a 6, anything in 6 inches takes a mortal wound. Sorry, it's going to take 1 mortal wound in this case. Synapse, when you see it in the faction ability, that means they benefit from Synapse. And then down here in Blistering Assault. So this is where your money is, and most people don't know about this. Most people you're going to play against don't know about this. So each time an enemy unit selected to shoot, after that unit has shot, if any models from this unit lost 1 or more wounds as a result of those attacks, this unit can make a Blistering Assault move. If it does, roll 1d6, adding 2 to the result. Each model in this unit can be moved a distance in inches up to that result, but this unit must finish that move as close as possible to the closest enemy unit. When doing so, those models can be moved within engagement range. Can be moved within engagement range of the enemy unit. Each unit can only make 1 Blistering Assault move per phase. Okay, so we don't have a lot of time. Here's where this is important. You can get the Carnifexes in melee combat faster. You can get Old One-Eye in melee combat faster. And keep in mind, someone can shoot you during the movement phase if they overwatch you, and then shoot you during their shooting phase. So keep that in mind. You could get a move in the movement phase because they overwatched you, and then you can get a move in the shooting phase, and then you could base them if they're that silly. Carnifexes, the Carnifexes that charge straight in there, they move and advance every turn and are carrying Old One-Eye on their backs. It's pretty scary. It's pretty good. I think most people don't know. And from my experience at the RTT that I went to, that I had a really good time at, most people don't know what Tyranids do. So if you bring Carnifexes, people are going to shoot them, and they're really going to put their foot in their mouth when they cause a Blistering Assault roll that causes you to get into melee combat with them, and they didn't even see it coming. I shoot all these videos with the perspective of Invasion Fleet, so maybe if you can keep them in Synapse, you can rapid regeneration them and keep them alive a little bit longer. That would be a useful thing. Adrenal Surge, maybe. Adrenal Surge would be useful for them because then you can get sustained hits that would proc on 5s and 6s. And maybe a Death Frenzy, because keep in mind they're a unit with Old One-Eye. So Old One-Eye goes with them with Blistering Assault. Keep those things in mind. I really enjoy making this series for you guys. Check out the other videos in the playlist. We here at the Dragon's Lair understand that you can spend your time anywhere on the internet. Thank you for spending your time here with us at the Dragon's Lair.